Welcome back to KARE 11 News Now. The story you're about to hear is biased, but we're pretty sure it's a bias that we all share. The belief that Belinda Jensen is fabulous. Last night was her final evening newscast here at KARE 11, and she is moving on to pursue new passions, new interests, and a welcomed retirement. But before she goes, we have a look back at her legendary 33-year career here at KARE 11 and why we all fell in love with her.
Of all the fabulous people who have worked at KARE 11, perhaps none is more beloved than Belinda Jensen.
So you're coming back home?
I sure am. I'm coming back home. I grew up actually in western Wisconsin, a small town called Prescott.
When she started here in the fall of '93 at just 25 years old, who could have guessed the impact she would have on all of us?
Yeah, the weather's been really good since I've been here. I want to think that I did that, but I'm not really sure.
She was new to viewers, but not to KARE 11. She'd interned here a few years before after cold calling Paul Douglas for help with a school paper.
I'm glad I picked up the phone.
Paul was chief meteorologist at the time.
When that weekend job came up, I'm like, don't even look at anyone else. We have the perfect candidate.
Her first show, how's it been going? Be honest.
Be honest? Pretty interesting this Saturday morning. It's fun though, it really
Interesting.
is fun. It is interesting.
That's very Minnesotan of you.
From her first days as weekend meteorologist and Saturday morning co-host, you could tell there was just something special about her. Managers started looking for new ways to showcase her, like sending her to do a story on Christmas lights with this guy.
We have a resident expert, Christmas expert, Bobby Jensen here. Thanks for joining me.
Instantly, a beloved duo was born.
It clicked. I don't know how the magic happened, but we just clicked. But we love the Arboretum in all seasons.
Together, Belle and Bobby created one of the most popular and longest-running sponsored franchises in local TV history. For more than 30 years, they answered our gardening questions every single week.
Kathy from Centerville. Good morning, Kathy.
And one other question, too.
Belinda and Bobby Jensen, the first couple of gardening.
They are not husband and wife, but they are family.
There's no question about it. You know, I have my girls and my wife, and then there's Belle. And she's right up there side by side with those guys.
So many of us here feel that way about her. I know I certainly do. I have been so blessed to work with one of my best friends for 2 decades. Longtime colleague and friend Randy Shaver sums up well why so many of you feel like she's your friend, too.
Who you see on TV is who she is in real life. She's goofy, she's funny, she can be serious, she knows exactly who she is.
She's just someone you want to hang out with. And we got to hang out with her in some very fun places. During her 10 years on Minnesota Bound, she took us mountain biking in Moab.
So I thought I'd try, you know me.
Skiing in Beaver Creek.
One of the most challenging downhill ski race courses.
And all the way to Hawaii to rescue deep sea turtles. This story remains her favorite.
And finally, he was free.
Belle is a huge sports fan, and she loved covering the Olympics in Salt Lake.
We are up now to 25 medals.
The Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
Take a look at this. This is absolutely beautiful.
And the Super Bowl right here at home.
You will get aggressively greeted by a Minnesotan while you're here, every 4 minutes or so.
So many extraordinary moments.
Just go!
But Belle's gift is what she can do with the ordinary ones.
Look at your jersey.
It's all finished.
Look at that, it's all sewn up. Who hit you on the bench with that?
On Saturday mornings, it didn't matter what she was doing. We just wanted to tune in to see it. She's done so many jobs here so exceptionally well. We are well into this piece, and I haven't even mentioned her main job yet. Chief meteorologist since 2005.
Flurries in the backyard. Let's take a look at the almanac.
No matter how heavy the news of the day, we knew once we turned to Belinda, she would just make things feel lighter.
This is fun.
And when the weather turned severe, we trusted her.
The main thing is the winds, 60 miles per hour, and you can see it's progressing right now.
That's where she is at her best. And it's not, frantic. It's the cool, the calm.
There were many times that I know for a fact that Belinda said, this is not a big deal. Let's not make it a big deal. Hey, this is a big deal. Now is when we should be on the air talking about this.
Hail forms when it's held up in these big, thundering cumulus clouds.
She genuinely loves the science behind it all, and she wants us to love it too.
And I think, honestly, I think she's kind of a teacher at heart.
She's visited hundreds of classrooms, talked with thousands of students, started an annual Twins Weather Day at Target Field, and even wrote 6 children's books to share that spark. She has worn many hats, but we all loved her coats.
37 coats, all go on auction for the ICA food shelf.
Her decision to auction them off for charity when she announced her retirement tells you everything you need to know about Belle.
When it all came to fruition, we garnered $25,000 for the food bank.
She loves this community. That is genuine too.
She's positively impacted so many lives, helped so many people. I think the measure of a person is how many people you've helped, you know. And by that measure, she's a category 5.
For those reasons and a million more, it is hard to say goodbye. But in true Belle style, she wanted me to tell all of you that we will be in good hands. The one-time KARE 11 intern put together a weather team filled with talented people, 3 of whom were once her interns. But there's no one quite like her.
She's just such a bright light. Such a bright light.
Not surprisingly, Boyd Hoopert summed it up best.
Belinda and beloved, they go together.
Oh, boy, they certainly do. Julie Nelson, wonderful piece. It was very hard for her to put together. It's ushering out one of her best friends there. We love you, Belle. We'll see you on Saturday for an epic. If that was the ceremony last night, Saturday morning is the reception. It's the party. So we'll see you there tomorrow. Hey, stick with us. We got more news and weather coming up after the break.